It's confirmed President Trump will send the National Guard to Washington, D.C. This is to supposedly curb the violence that's affecting residents within the area. D.C.'s mayor has claimed that things are okay, but the shocking discovery of an old video of Mayor Bowser shows an ugly truth. I'm going to show you that later in this video, but real quick, if you want to stay informed with Social Security, U.S. politics, world news, and the latest happenings around us, then please subscribe and become a civic patriot today.
Things out of control, but we're going to put it in control very quickly like we did on the southern border. I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the DC Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that.
Many critics feel as if the president is taking over DC, something that Democrats don't appreciate. It's similar to when he sent the National Guard to Los Angeles after riots took over LA. And as we saw, that situation got handled fairly quickly, even though Governor Gavin Newsom swore they had everything under control. And just like the riots in LA, we're seeing rallies that are fighting against the Trump administration's decision, something that most of us expected.
We say, hell no, we won't go. When we say we won't go, that means we're not going into those mass incarceration, into their prisons and enslavement. We won't go into their ICE, what do you call his beautiful centers that he got. We won't go to where alligators live. Hell no, we won't go.
Hell no, we won't go. Hell no, we won't go.
We believe there is a better way to protect us all. One that respects rights, to build trust, and keep our communities truly safe, and that is fascism-free. Fear is not a roadmap to safety. It is a burial. It fails hardest on the black communities that already bear a disproportionate share of surveillance, stops, and forces.
I have to be honest, they could have picked someone better to speak here. I had a hard time understanding what she was trying to say, but she is saying something that's familiar. Just like top Democrats, they're choosing to side with the criminals. They want chaos over peace, which brings me to DC Mayor Muriel Bowser. 3 years ago, Bowser was quoted in saying something so unbelievable, you're gonna have to hear it straight from her.
And the only thing that has ever worked with crime is to focus on the people who are violent, flood them with services, and make sure they're engaged in those services. But if they're not, they have to be separated from the community.
Now I want to ask the obvious question, what kind of services are we talking about here? Because we all knew that Democrats were soft on crime, but this takes it to another level, where mayors are looking to literally reward criminals with services that will probably be paid for by taxpayers. Let that sink in for a second. And this is the message that should be sent to everyone who is in DC, that you have leadership that's willing to put your lives at risk just so they can say no to the president. But let's ask a simple question. What is the goal for President Trump? Here he is explaining it in plain English.
This dire public safety crisis stems directly from the abject failures of the city's local leadership. The radical left city council adopted no cash bail. By the way, every place in the country where you have no cash bail is a disaster. That's what started the problem in New York, and they don't change it. They don't want to change it. That's what started it in Chicago. I mean, bad politicians started it, bad leadership started it, but that was the one thing that's central, no cash bail. Somebody murders somebody and they're out on no cash bail before the day is out. We're going to end that in Chicago. We're going to change the statute. I spoke with Pam and Todd and everybody. We're going to change the statute, and I'm going to have to get the Republicans to vote because the Democrats are weak on crime.
It's as simple as that. He wants to bring order to DC and even handle cashless bail, something that these Democrat cities love. Which reminds me of a simple saying, if you do the crime, you gotta do the time. Sounds like common sense, right? These blue cities and states, however, are putting in policies where criminals can pretty much do whatever it is that they want, with them stripping their own law enforcement of the right to keep these people in jail. This now brings me to something that Democrats fear, that this kind of treatment will soon be spread out to other blue cities. Here's President Trump saying the possibility of this happening.
Let's do this. Let's do this together. Let's see. It's going to go pretty quickly. And if we need to, we're going to do the same thing in Chicago, which is a disaster. We have a mayor there who's totally incompetent. He's an incompetent man. And we have an incompetent governor there. Pritzker's an incompetent. His family threw him out of the business, and he ran for governor. And now I understand he wants to be president. But I noticed he lost a little weight, so maybe he has a chance. You know, you never know what happens. But Pritzker's a gross incompetent guy, thrown out of the family business. But when I look at Chicago and I look at L.A., if we didn't go to L.A. 3 months ago, L.A. would be burning like the part that didn't burn.
Now you might remember that I did a poll here where I predicted that this might happen, and 89% of you think that it's a good idea to send the National Guard to blue states. Now let's hear from the people who are actually on the ground, not these rallyists that might not even have first-hand experience with what's happening.
I'm just ecstatic. I've been saying that a long time ago. The federal government should take over the DC Police Department.
Leroy Thorpe is a native Washingtonian who founded the volunteer group Citizen Organized Patrol Efforts, also known as the Red Hats. They walk the streets of Chinatown doing violence prevention work.
With the mayor being in power so long, I think she's kind of used to how things are going, and I think Donald Trump really wants to clean it up, and I'm all for it.
I want to ask a simple question. Who do you believe? These people who are rallying against Trump, or those who are out on the streets protecting the residents of DC? Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you want to keep yourself updated with what's going on around us, make sure to subscribe and share this video with all of your friends. As always, thank you for your time. I'll talk to you in the next one.